Alongside the three graphs that I made for the two players, I also chose to make a bar chart so that I can compare my worst player against the model player, elite player and the group average. The graph has been broken down into time along the side. This is how long it took them to complete the 20-metre sprint. And the names of each individual or group is along the bottom of the graph. This graph shows that my performance result fell just below the group average. This means that when I take all the group sprint data, my worst player's sprint time is slightly faster than the average. This could be because not everyone who did the sprint is a professional basketball player. However, the model player that I did choose from the group comes from a basketball background where they do play the sport outside of college. This means that they will do training for things such as their sprints, as this is an important factor in basketball, as you need to sprint to reach the ball or get down court quickly to help defend. However, as not everyone plays basketball in the group, we can suggest that this may be why we see my worst player reaching a better speed than the whole group's average. Furthermore, the group also shows the comparison of an NBA elite player's data. From the graph, I can see that my worst player was nearly a whole second slower than what the elite player completed the sprint at. This could be due to a range of different factors, for example, a difference in their peak power and reaction time. On contrast with the NBA elite player, my model best players had a very close result. The result for their sprint time was similar to the elite player, which I could suggest it was like that because the model player does do basketball training outside the group, which would make them have a better standard, therefore more in common against the elite NBA player. Lastly, in comparison, this graph allows me to look at my performance result and the model player's result. This graph allows me to see visually that my player was a lot slower than my better player. Overall, this graph shows that my worst player has more in common with the group average, which was quite high at nearly 4 seconds to complete the 20-metre sprint, whereas the better player that I was comparing my worst player to has more in common with the elite NBA player, suggesting that when comparing my worst player and the model player, I would clearly be able to see differences and weaknesses.